What's going on, everybody? DBTV here, and today we finally have a new leak video for you. So I woke up this morning, got up, was checking my Twitter like normal, going through all my stuff. I have 9 to 5 Google, 9 to 5 Mac, 9 to 5 Toys, all the 9 to 5 news article people. I have all of their tweets subscribed to my account, so I get notifications every time they tweet. So I woke up this morning, got onto my meeting for work, was doing a few things with that, checked Twitter, and we got a new leak. So OnePlus has, I don't know if they purposely leaked it or if somebody found it out and they decided, let's let them know, but we got new OnePlus flagship phone leaks. So OnePlus usually releases their phones in the springtime, meaning that with this leak, we're probably not too far away from the actual reveal of these phones, which is really cool because we kind of get a good look at what the phone's gonna be like, as well as keeping it fresh in our minds for whenever they do decide to release it, which I think may have been a smart idea by them. All that to say, we are going to be going over the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro spec leaks. First look at kind of the design of the phone and what all's gonna be inside. We got a stacked spec sheet. We have a very informative article on giving us all the information that we need, as well as some really nice renders of the phone of what it might look like. So let's dive right into it. So the OnePlus 8 is gonna be a lot like its predecessors of the OnePlus 7 and 7 Pro, and it's gonna come with a 6.55 inch 90 Hz AMOLED display. And then the OnePlus 8 Pro is going to come with a 6.78 inch 120 Hz AMOLED display. So that's really big. I like the 120 Hertz. I like the 90 Hertz being in the cheaper flagship end of this. I've been shooting for phones to have the higher refresh rates on the screens. It makes such a difference when you're messing with the phone, when you're looking at the phone, and it just makes it all around a better experience when using the phone, switching between apps or screens and photos, things like that. So it's really good to see that they're really pushing the bar high for this. I hope a lot of other phone companies kind of follow suit. Now, both of these phones are set to have the upper left punch hole display for the selfie camera, meaning that they are going away from the motorized pop-up selfie camera that the OnePlus 7 Pro and 7T and all of that had. I kind of like the concept of the pop-up camera. It seemed nice, especially to have the full edge-to-edge display with some very thin bezels. I thought it was a good idea, but I can also see why they'd be going away from that. But nonetheless, the fact that they're putting the punch hole, it's pretty common nowadays, but it's also very small. It's not very intrusive, so you still have all your screen real estate minus, you know, a small fraction up in the top left corner. Not a big deal. It still looks really nice, and I've always thought that the OnePlus guys have always done a great job at how their phone looks as far as screen design and things like that. So them keeping this and still being able to integrate it and keeping that nice, clean look with their screen, a really good job. So both phones are expected to come with a Snapdragon 865 5G chipset, and they'll come with 8 gigabytes or 12 gigabytes of RAM and a 128 or 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage respectively, depending on the model. That's what the article said. I'm assuming that the 8 gigabytes of RAM and the 128 gigabytes of storage is gonna come in the OnePlus 8, and then the 12 gigabytes of RAM and the 256 of storage is gonna come in the 8 Pro. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if they're gonna make variations of each one. We'll just have to see when they release the phone. So the OnePlus 8 Pro is expected to come with a quad camera setup, including two 48 megapixel sensors, an 8 megapixel camera and a 5 megapixel camera. And I believe that the 8 and the 5 megapixel cameras are set to be like your telephoto and then your depth sensors respectively, but it wasn't confirmed or denied, but I'm just gonna assume that that's what it comes with. OnePlus 8 is set to come with a 48 megapixel main sensor with a 16 megapixel lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So you can see that there's quite a big difference between the OnePlus 8 Pro and the OnePlus 8, but that's what we can expect. It's the same as the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro. It's just that's what you do nowadays. When you add the Pro, you add more cameras and a little bit faster screen and a little bit faster procs. It's just what we do now. But nonetheless, they're both still pretty good setups. So the OnePlus 8 will come with a 4,300 milliamp hour battery, while the OnePlus 8 Pro is gonna come with a 4,510 milliamp hour battery. It's very specific. I don't know the reasoning behind that, but that's what it's gonna come with. So both phones will support Warp Charge 30T wired charging, which I guess is OnePlus's fast charging while wired. But also the OnePlus 8 Pro will come with a 30-watt fast charging wireless charging, which is super big. Both phones will support Warp Charge 30T, which is OnePlus's fancy way of saying that they can charge really fast while plugged in. But the OnePlus 8 Pro will also support 30-watt wireless fast charging, which is a super big deal. And then it will also come with 3-watt reverse charging, so you can lay like your headphones or small accessories on the back of your phone and you can charge those. But other than that, it's not really useful, but I guess it's a cool thing to have. Both phones are also IP68 rated, which is pretty big, pretty good. They're pushing the bar for that. But I did read that there is some speculation about the OnePlus baseline model having some issues actually being considered IP68 rated, saying it has some splash resistant issues. I don't know. They didn't really go into depth. I assume that either they're gonna change the rating come time to announce the phone, or they're gonna fix the issues with the splashing or whatever before they release the phone. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. But it's almost basically confirmed that the OnePlus 8 Pro will be IP68 waterproof rated, so that's really good as well. And to round it all off, the phones, they look like they're gonna come in that kind of blue color that we all know OnePlus for having all their other phones, and I believe as well as a gray color. And then there was a leak this morning, not too long following the specs, where there was a really bright green render. And that's a possibility that the 8 Pro may come in this green color. I'll show all the colors up here. It's kind of a cool concept. I mean, the green is a little out there, but when have we ever had a problem with crazy colors? I mean, the iPhone has yellow and turquoise and purple and stuff now. So, I mean, the green is a nice switch up, you know, make it a little more appealing to the eye. But that's gonna do it for all of the leaks for today. Again, I wanna preface this by saying that these are leaks. I do not have the solid, hard evidence and facts of what the phone is gonna be. Nobody has that until they release the phone. But these are leaks that come from a credible source, and I wanted to report on it. We don't know of any prices yet as far as how much the Pro is going to cost or compared to the regular OnePlus 8, if there's going to be a variance in both of these depending on storage and RAM, things like that. We don't know any of that yet. I assume that's going to be announced here in a couple weeks when OnePlus comes out and actually announces the 8 and the 8 Pro. So we'll just have to wait and see. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please make sure to comment down below and let me know how I'm doing. If you think that there needs to be something changed about the videos, if you like the videos, comments about the phone. Other than that, we're gonna get out of here and we'll see you in the next video.